Today is April the 19th, Sunday. Down here in my shop, I got the heat going. April the 19th in Mississippi. All right, well, there's two things that we're gonna do. We're gonna rotate the tires on my truck. That's no big deal. This is the big thing here that we're about to do. My radiator, well, not my radiator, the air cooler right there is a lower radiator right there on the thing. I call it lower cooler on it. What happened when I put this, or I had this bumper built and put on there, it changed the direction of the airflow enough going through that thing, it'll make my check engine light come on when I'm pulling. It's not affecting it. All it's doing is just giving a fault because the air charge air in there is a little bit warmer than what it ought to be going in the engine, because the airflow is not going through that charged cooler right there. So I'm about to make a air scoop or air dam for it to direct the flow of air through that cooler. I am not the only one who has had this problem when they've changed bumpers out on these Rams. There's another guy on the other side of Alabama over there around Roanoke that I've been talking to. He had the same problem with his, and kind of what I'm about to do is what he had to do on his that solved the problem. It don't hurt anything other than the check engine light coming on still runs fine, don't affect it running. What it does do is it affects you, like if you're going to use your remote start or something like that, it won't allow it because the check engine's on. So this is not going to be bad. I've got a lot of 1/8 inch metal over here, sheets, and see, it ain't gonna be bad to do. And I'm just gonna fix it to where it'll push air up through it and get that fixed here real quick. So I haven't really been filming because I've been just rolling with it. The light's about to go dead. That's the reason why it's flashing. Let me know. So you can see what I've got right here. I've got this angle iron and I've drilled it back here and bolted this bracket at an angle. And so I've cut the sides that are going to come up. There's going to be a side over here that's going to stick straight up, and one on the other side to deflect that air straight into there. Is how it's going to work. Let's back up here and I'll show you from the front what it's going to look like. So you can see it's going to protrude down a little bit lower than the front bumper right there to catch that air. It's going to catch that air, and then those two sides on it will channel it right into that cooler right there for me. So that should fix all of that where I won't have no more trouble with it. All right, you see what it looks like out from underneath it. I've got these cut where they'll fit right against the cooler. They're going to go up like that. And like this on this side right here. And that's what I'm about to do, is tag these on straight up. And then I got to weld this stuff out right here. I just got angle iron that comes under here and under that side, and bolt holes right there. So it's gonna work. Let me get her done. See what I'm doing. I've got the side stuck up there. I'm about to tack it on, get it tacked real good. I got a magnet. I got an angle magnet on the inside of it there, holding it. That needs some more water. Ooh, that was hot. It's welded there, and I knew it was hot, but I still touched it. This is what she looks like right here. It's going to sit up in there just like this right here. So let's go install it. Alright, I don't know if that camera's picking up those light waves or not, but that's that LED light. It may be picking them up, I don't know, because I can see it on the screen here, so we'll see. I'm We're about to fit this thing up here. I hadn't fitted it since I fitted it. I hadn't put it up there since I got the sides on it. I'm gonna put it up there, bolt it to it, and that's where it's gonna be till I get back from the storm stuff, and then I'll paint it. Then I want to see how it's gonna do first, in case I have to cut it up or something, you know. Let's see if I can get it up here by myself. It's good up there. Let's see if I can get a bolt. Oh, I got that one. Almost there. That's right there. See, it sits, and I can easily change the angle on it by drilling different holes if I ever have to. I think that's the hole right there. I'm going to reach over y'all. The camera right in over there. Alright, where is it? Oh, right here. I do believe that's going to work. Because see, it's not hanging down the chunk and everything. The front end's actually lower than that line is right there. Then I'm going to bolt it up real quick. I'm going to see how much trouble it's going to be to get these nuts on. Run them down. I think it's going to be too bad. No flight. Maybe it won't. These are nylon and locking nuts. They're my go-to on nuts. You ain't gonna worry about backing off. Got that one there. This one there. Okay. Snug it down by hand. I don't want to strip that thing out with this ratchet here. This is that long extended reach Milwaukee ratchet. It's a 1/4 guy. They give me this stuff, but man, I know people think, well, he's just trying to sell that stuff. Man, it's good stuff. I mean, I ain't gonna show you nothing that's no junk. This stuff's good. That's tight. Let's go get the other side. Alright, there it is, finished. I went ahead and put this brace in the middle of it and put a bolt through it, welded it to it right there, and then put that bolt through it. I can paint that bolt black to support it right there in the middle. But that should work. That should solve that problem. Let's back up a little bit. Well, I'll come over here to the side where you can see it. what it looks like from the side. You're real good. It's locked down. I mean, it ain't gonna wiggle or anything. Had I not put that brace in the middle, it would have though. So you can't even really hardly see it from up here. Looking at it. I'm squatted all the way down, but that ought to solve that problem. I dread taking that thing back off to paint it, but I ain't got time to wait on to paint it and wait on it to dry and put it on tonight and all that. I gotta roll in the morning, bad early in the morning, so that ought to get it. All right, so an update on this right here. Of course, Monday morning I got up at this morning. I got up at 4. Went and headed down to Cummins down there. Where I went, it was a little over 200 miles one way. Check engine light never come on, so that right there solved that problem I was having with it. Like I said, it wasn't affecting the way the truck run or anything. It just popped that code up on there because that charge air temperature was getting was a little bit too warm going into the engine, and that took care of it. So I pulled my trailer and gooseneck down there over 400 miles today and back. I tell you that y'all gonna see several videos from down there. I ended up working on 3 different locations down there while I was down there. I didn't get back home till those of y'all who follow me on Instagram probably see my stories. I didn't get back home till right at 9 tonight is when I got home. So I spent all day down there, and I'm more slap out. I'm talking about just dog tired. I mean, so I'm about to finish this up, get it rendered and saved and uploaded, and I'm going to bed because currently now it's 10:24 here. But that place is tore up down there, y'all. I was in, let's see, where did I start out at? I was in Collins, and then I went to Prentice, and I finished up in Soso. I've got some good drone footage from down there too. I'm not sure how the other footage is going to be because I was working, I didn't go down there to film a YouTube video. Of course, I filmed videos, but that wasn't my goal to do that. But I hope the footage turned out well. Like I said, I was basically just throwing the camera down and letting it go. But the place is tore up. I was down in on the coast after Katrina, right after Katrina hit. There a month or so, and this reminds me of the way Katrina was with the houses that were wiped out along the coast. I mean, there's a lot of houses that are gone down there. I mean, just completely gone. And you're going to get to meet some cool people too. Some really cool people on down there. They're in the videos. Big thanks to Bart Cameron. He was rained out today. He lives down there outside of Wiggins, Mississippi. He drove up and met me this morning, which is not a far drive for him. It's only about 70 miles up there to Collins. So he was there when he come in right after I got there this morning, and he hung with me all day today. He did a lot of sawing for me, and which that helped me out a lot because I didn't have to get them down off the machine so much. And so it's pretty cool. I'll get into more of it later, but people ask me, how can they help and stuff like that. Man, I really don't know. All this was done through the Baptist Association, and like I said, I'll get into more of that later on. So appreciate y'all watching this video again. That fixed that problem with that check engine light coming on going down the road, because I ran that truck today. I'm talking about I ran it 80, 81, 82 miles an hour. Of course, this 4-lane all the way down there from here, and I mean, I pushed it hard. So be thankful for what you got. Catch y'all later. Later, taters.